You're not tired. Your brain is exhausted and you don't even realize it. Not because you didn't sleep, but because of what you do every single day without even noticing. Think about it for a second. You wake up, check your phone, scroll through notifications, emails, messages, news, and social media before your brain even gets a chance to breathe. And from that moment on, your mind is constantly running, constantly reacting, constantly processing. This isn't physical tiredness. This is mental overload. And if you've been feeling drained, unmotivated, or stuck lately, there's a high chance your brain is simply overwhelmed, not weak. Before we go deeper, make sure you hit like and subscribe to Brain, because this channel is all about understanding your mind and taking control of your life in the simplest way possible. Now let's talk about something most people completely ignore. Your brain was never designed to handle this much information every single day. Thousands of decisions, endless scrolling, constant comparison, and zero real rest even when you sitting still. Your mind is not. It's replaying conversations, worrying about the future, thinking about what you should be doing, or comparing your life to someone else's highlight reel. That silent mental activity is what's draining you. And the worst part is, it feels normal. You think being busy in your head all the time is just how life is supposed to be, but it's not. Your brain is like a battery. Every notification, every decision, every worry takes a little bit of that charge away. And unlike your phone, you're not giving it proper time to recharge. You might sleep 7 or 8 hours, but your mind never actually shuts down. Because even before sleeping, you're scrolling. And right after waking up, you're scrolling again. So your brain never experiences silence, and silence is where real recovery happens. Let me explain this in a simple way. Imagine you're working on a computer with 20 tabs open. Each tab is running something in the background. Even if you're not using them, they're still consuming power. That's exactly what's happening inside your head. Unfinished tasks, random thoughts, stress, overthinking, comparison, all running in the background. No wonder you feel tired even when you've done nothing physically exhausting. This is mental exhaustion, and it's becoming one of the biggest silent problems in today's world. You're not lazy. You're overloaded. There's a huge difference. When your brain is overloaded, even simple tasks feel heavy. You procrastinate, not because you don't care, but because your mind is already full. You lose motivation, not because you're weak, but because your brain is trying to protect itself from more pressure. And slowly, this turns into a cycle. The more exhausted you feel, the less you do. And the less you do, the worse you feel about yourself. Then comes guilt. Then more overthinking, and your brain gets even more tired. This is why you feel stuck. Not because you lack potential, but because your mental energy is drained before you even begin. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Resting doesn't always fix this, because most of the time, your rest still involves stimulation. Watching videos, scrolling social media, switching between apps. That's not rest for your brain. That's just a different kind of activity. Real mental rest means reducing input. It means giving your brain space where it doesn't have to react, decide, or process anything. But when was the last time you truly experienced that? No phone, no noise, no pressure, just silence. Most people can't even sit alone with their thoughts for 5 minutes without reaching for their phone. That's how dependent we become on constant stimulation. And that dependency is exactly what's draining your energy. Your brain is always on, always alert, always engaged, and it never gets a chance to reset. Over time, this leads to mental fatigue that feels like physical tiredness. You wake up tired, you go through your day, tired, and you end your day feeling like you did nothing meaningful. But the truth is, your brain was working all day, just not in a way that moved your life forward. This is where awareness becomes powerful, because once you understand what's actually happening, you can start fixing it. You don't need more motivation. You need less noise. You don't need to push harder. You need to slow down your mind. And no, this doesn't mean quitting everything or disappearing from the world. It means being intentional about what you allow into your mind. Because every piece of information you consume has a cost. Every scroll, every video, Every comparison adds weight to your mental load. And if you don't control it, it will control you. The good news is, your brain is incredibly powerful. But only when it's not overwhelmed. When you give it space, clarity, and focus, everything starts to change. You feel lighter. You think clearer. You act faster. And most importantly, you start feeling like yourself again. But to get there, you first have to recognize the real problem. You're not tired. Your brain is exhausted. And in the next part, we're going to break down exactly how to fix this step by step in a way that actually works in real life. Now let's fix this step by step in a way that actually works in real life. Because the goal is not to escape the world, but to stop your brain from constantly fighting it. The first thing you need to understand is this. Your energy is not just about sleep or food. It's about attention. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. And right now, your attention is scattered everywhere. Notifications, messages, short videos, random thoughts, all pulling your focus in different directions. So the first step is simple, but powerful. Reduce unnecessary input. You don't need to consume everything. You don't need to know everything. Start your day without your phone for at least 20 to 30 minutes. I know it sounds small, but it changes everything. Because instead of reacting to the world, you give your brain time to wake up naturally. No comparison, no stress, no sudden information overload, just a calm start. And that calm start sets the tone for your entire day. The second step is clearing mental tabs. Remember the example of 20 tabs running in the background? You need to close them. The easiest way to do this is by writing things down. Every task, every worry, every idea that keeps circling in your mind. Put it on paper. When it's in your head, it feels heavy. When it's written down, it becomes manageable. Your brain is not designed to store everything. It's designed to process, not to hold. So give it that relief. The third step is doing one thing at a time. Multitasking feels productive, but it's actually draining your brain faster. Every time you switch tasks, your brain uses extra energy to refocus. And that constant switching is exhausting. Instead, focus on one task fully, even if it's for a short time. You'll not only feel less tired, but you'll also get more done. The fourth step is something most people ignore: silence. You need moments in your day where there is no input at all. No music, no videos, no scrolling. Just you and your thoughts. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is your brain detoxing from constant stimulation. This is where real recovery begins. Even 10 minutes of silence can recharge your mind more than an hour of scrolling. The fifth step is controlling comparison. One of the biggest hidden drains of mental energy is comparing your life to others. Every time you scroll and see someone doing better, achieving more, or living differently, your brain starts analyzing, why not me? What am I doing wrong? And without realizing it, you enter a loop of self-doubt. This consumes a massive amount of mental energy. So limit what you expose yourself to. Not everything you see is real, and not everything deserves your attention. The sixth step is giving your brain a clear direction. When you don't have clarity, your brain keeps searching. It keeps jumping from one thought to another, trying to figure things out. That's exhausting. But when you define even one clear goal for your day, your brain relaxes. Because now it knows where to focus. Clarity reduces noise, and less noise means more energy. The seventh step is physical movement. Your brain and body are connected. When you move your body, you reset your mind. Even a simple walk can clear mental fog. It's not about intense workouts. It's about breaking the mental loop. Because staying in the same place, with the same thoughts, keeps your brain stuck. Movement creates a shift, and that shift brings fresh energy. Now here's the most important part. Consistency. Doing these things once won't change your life, but doing them daily will completely transform how you feel. Your brain will slowly start to calm down. The noise will reduce. Your focus will improve, and that heavy, drained feeling will start to disappear. You'll wake up with more clarity. You'll feel more in control, and tasks that once felt impossible will start to feel manageable. because your energy is back. Not by adding more, but by removing what was draining you. And this is something most people never realize. They keep looking for motivation, productivity, hacks, or shortcuts, but the real solution is much simpler. Protect your mental energy, because once your brain is clear, everything else becomes easier. If this video made you realize something about your own life, don't just keep it to yourself. Comment below and tell me what drains your energy the most. I'd really like to know. And share this video with someone who always says they're tired, because they might not be tired, they might just be mentally exhausted. This is Brain Decoded, where we simplify the most complex thing in your life, your mind.